offload to Jacobs.
Now we've got the Man of the Match award, and it's going to Ertrich Lamprecht. Well done, Erkis. You did very, very well. Great game, and you're going to get a Coca-Cola gift pack, and Kwesi Hardoff is going to hand it to you. Congratulations. Thank you. You're the Man of the Match, and then Marco, from as far as the Raiders are concerned, disappointing result for you guys.
Yeah, most definitely disappointing. Conditions were tough out here, but I have to give credit to the opposing team. They really played well today.
Marco, talk to us about that first half especially. I mean, you with the win at your backs, how good were your opposition in that half playing into that wind?
Look, we played a very attacking style of play, and they defended very well, so they stopped all our attacking plays. So I guess that's what hampered us a little bit today.
And tell me, Raiders, you don't play in this kind of wind too often up in Joburg?
No, not at all, not at all. It's dry season, so it's no wind there.
Marco, well done, and it's not all finished because you play again on Saturday, and you can regroup and come back out. You're looking forward to it?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marco. Cheers. Marco from the Raiders. And then the captain from Helderberg, Conway Pretorius. Conway, you enjoyed that. 2 tries as well.
Yeah, very grateful. Just thanking our Heavenly Father for the opportunity. Obviously, made a few errors, a bit disappointed, but we'll review that tomorrow and come back strong on Saturday.
I've got to look at that first half because I think you won. You literally, that's where you won the game. 19 points to 6 into the strong wind. You played it immaculately.
Yeah, it was obviously the team talk. We planned to play against the wind, and it paid off.
And your continuity amongst your forwards, I mean, your Lucy's, your back row are all getting involved.
Yeah, we all contribute to the team, and then that's how the game's played.
Conway, well done, and congratulations. Great victory for Helderberg.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep, and that's Helderberg have won this game and won it convincingly. 38 points to 6. They were 19-6 at halftime, took it 38-6. Of course, we had the first game was Grootbak, and they won that 38 points to 5 against Barberton. And it's just amazing to be here in Saldanha for the Super 8 Easter Rugby tournament, and we've got more to come. Next up, Velddrif, one of the local sides, just 25 kilometers or so away. They will be playing against the Boland 2023 champions, Safcol. So it's going to be an incredible game. They're
Well, there's plenty of people here. Safcol have just obviously brought a whole pile of buses like they did last year when they came down here from Grabo to come and enjoy the opportunities down here. Well, it's got a little bit chilly, but the wind speed is perhaps the biggest test, I think, for all of the players out there, maybe for some of the spectators too, because you could take off with that flag. But yeah, it's a strong breeze straight down the middle of the field virtually, which makes things a little bit tough for the players, of course. But anyway, rugby's played in all sorts of conditions over the years, and we've got to learn to play in them. And here's some of the highlights then of the games, and certainly what we've seen up to now with Helderberg with that very solid victory against the Raiders from Gauteng, who absolutely dominated the game in the first half, which really set the platform for them, I think, to take it forward.
Well, Helderberg have invested a lot in their rugby program over the last couple of years, and you can see it paid dividends at the moment, scoring some spectacular tries in their victory against the Raiders. But this is what it's about, just celebrating some good, skillful rugby, interplay between forwards and backs, absolutely phenomenal.
Especially with the wind as well, Ricky, you know, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So Ricky Schroeder is alongside me, and he will be during the course of this weekend. But there's some glorious tries that they scored, and very much team tries.
Yeah. And that's the understanding between backs and forwards. It's a team that you can see well coached, keeping the ball alive in contact, and that's what you want, a holistic performance from backs and forwards.
So 2 matches, 38 points scored by the victors in the first 2 games, and 5 and 6 respectively against them. And we've got now the Velddrif game up against Safcol. Then Saldanha, the hosts, will play against Gardens. But we're going to first of all have an opening ceremony, as with any big tournament. And we just, the dignitaries will all be in place, and the tournament will be officially opened. It's a wonderful tournament, this, for the Fisher people from the West Coast, and a real highlight, one feels, in their, well, I was going to say sporting year, but it could be just about everything.
This is club rugby in general. It is the heartbeat of South African rugby, and it's wonderful to see people still come out in their numbers. I mean, it's a chilly evening out here in Saldanha, but it's not stopping the energy, the vibe, and the gees, like they would say in Afrikaans, just to see everyone enjoying themselves on this Thursday evening.
Well, Ricky, also just to mention to you, all my New Zealand friends and some of the ex-players there as well have always said to me that without club rugby, they would be doomed in New Zealand. And I think you could say the same everywhere. So we need to see a resurgence of club rugby in South Africa, and it just provides a stronger platform for the people above that to be able to identify players, take them through to the next level. And it's been a missing beat, unfortunately, for the last couple of years. COVID didn't help that either.
And another thing that stands out, a lot of these supporters are colleagues of the players out on the field. I mean, it's people you see in your community every day. So wonderful to have this platform to now see these players showcasing their skills on television and people coming out in their numbers to support.
Well, this was the first match that was played then, and yeah, with some super tries scored as well by the Grootbrak players from the southwestern districts. They scored 2 tries, a really nice one there as well from Seifert. But just have a look at this one here from their fullback, Abrahams. Beautiful running from him, so well balanced, got round 3 or 4 tackles and managed to get over in the corner. It was a fantastic try that really sealed things for Grootbrak, who beat Barberton.
Definitely a player of the match performance, but this man, Juan Somerset, not only fantastic skill in his diving, but his turn of pace, electrifying. Denied 2 tries in the first half of this match, but hit back well in the second. Barberton did get on the scoreboard with at least 1 try. It was a very direct kind of rugby, but this was the order of the day. Acceleration from Sydney Falkvang through the gap, and showing the pace like a wing.
So it's the opening ceremony then, the official side of it, and we'll be going downstairs for the official opening.
Goeienaand Saldanha. Ek kan julle nie hoor nie. Goeienaand Saldanha. Goeienaand Safcol. Ek sien hulle is ook in die huis. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure om vir julle 'n lekker Weskus welkom te gee. Is 'n bietjie winderig, is 'n bietjie koelerig, but the spirits is hot. Welcome to the city of Saldanha, the Saldanha Super 8 tournament. We are extremely proud to host 4 provinces, 8 teams. Allow me to speak to 2 provinces. One is Barberton, which this year their club is 121 years old, and Raiders, who's 133 years old. Let's give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. That wants to be done. You may be old, we may be newer, but here on the West Coast, rugby is a religion. Rugby unites us. Rugby pulls us together. And we are extremely proud to all these teams, and we want to welcome you here on the West Coast. En ons wil vir julle sê, julle is baie welkom. Ons gaan vir julle lekker spoil die naweek, behalwe as julle op die veld is saam met ons, dan gaan julle dalk so 'n bietjie met julle gesels. But we'll talk about that later. Allow me also to thank Mnet. I don't think we could have done it without you guys. You've been with us the entire journey. We are so proud to be that you're part of us. To the other sponsors, I'm not going to name them individually. To Boland, SA Rugby, this tournament is on the map. Saldanha is putting in their name. We want provincial games, we want super sport, URC games, and we want the Springboks and national games here. To the supporters, remember we cannot do it without you. We are tremendously proud that on a cold evening like tonight you're coming out and you're giving us your support. So I know the weather is cold, but I know the rugby is going to be hot. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Andre Tritter, the Executive Mayor of Saldanha Bay Municipality, Mr. Benny van Rooy, the President of Boland Rugby Union, Mr. Velldrif Vragom, Tournament Director. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It gives me great pleasure to address you tonight on behalf of SA Rugby. SA Rugby, for the past few weeks, held several work sessions. We have several discussions with regard to community rugby, amateur rugby. We want to grow and develop rugby on each level of rugby, and that's why we are so thankful and grateful that Saldanha Bay Rugby Club come up with this great initiative. And on behalf of SARU, we want to congratulate them. They present this tournament for the 5th time, and we are very, very grateful, and we are very happy that they can present it to these communities. All the sponsors who are involved in this tournament, all the players, the project team under the capable leadership of Mr. Vragom, we want to thank you that you help us and assist us to develop the game. All the teams, all of the best for you for the upcoming fixtures. May the best team win, and we want to wish you the best for tonight's 2 games. We are still left, and also for tomorrow. I thank you.
Good evening, Saldanha. Good evening, all the other teams. Thank you, Tournament Director. As I'm usually start, all glory to God. Allow me to greet my Vice President, my 2 UB members who are present. Thank you for the opportunity to address you. As from Boland, we want to thank the project team to host again a tremendous, beautiful tournament. I know it was hard work, Mayor, thank you for your role. Who believe in the project team to make it happen. Any Bartman, on behalf of Boland, we want to thank Saru to sort of adopt the tournament. I know SA Rugby had a new outlook on community rugby. We want to start and grow the game again from grassroots. To Mnet and Supersport, on behalf of Boland, we like to thank you to partner again with the tournament. It gives us great pleasure that you never overlook beautiful games, beautiful towns, beautiful people of Saldanha. The referees, I want to thank you to come out and let rugby win. Let you not be deciders who must win. You only use your whistle for what false teams had made. As the mayor alluded to, we've got four provinces here, but that four provinces must remember they will came across of one of Boland 3 teams who are participate in the tournament. To the fans up there, it's cold, but you will be getting warm rugby. Again, thank you on behalf of Boland. We are grateful, and Bert, under your leadership, Boland will support you. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Good evening to all the supporters and fans. Raiders from Gauteng, Grootbrak Rivier from SWD, Velddrif from Western Province, Gardens from Eastern Province, Velddrif from Boland, Saldanha, the host, and then Safcol, our champions. To the guests in front, Honorable Mayor, Henny Bartman from Saru, Mr. Benny van Rooij from Boland, and also Alistair Isabel singing the national anthem. And this year we have decided to, for the first time, introduce a theme song for this tournament, which will be "We Are the World." So after this, Alistair will sing the national anthem, and after that, I will ask all of you to switch on the lights on your cell phone whilst we're singing "We Are the World." Also, I want to thank all the sponsors involved with this tournament, and also want to mention Transnet's name, who's been instrumental for this tournament, starting off with us from 2018. If we can just, Safcol, something terrible happened a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to ask all of us just to have a moment of silence. Safcol, can we just have a moment of silence, please? a moment of silence, all of us, for Jocelyn. All of you, 30 seconds of silence for Jocelyn. For the national anthem, all of us and eyes.
Kosi sikeleli Afrika, malu pagani supondolwayo, Hizwayimitanda sohetu, kosi sikelela tina lusapuwayo, morena buluka si chabasa Yesu, ofeti sedintwa le matswenyewo, si buluke o, si buluke si chabasa Yesu, si chabasa. South Africa, South Africa. 80 blou van onze hemel, 80 diepte van ons ziel. Oor ons ewige gebeurtes, waar die kratse antwoord gee. Sounds called to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa. Diegene wat lekker opgewonde is, as net 'n sekonde van julle tyd kan net asseblief. Daar's 'n jong meisiekind wat weg is, Jocelyn, ons almal weet daarvan. Oor die afgelope weke is ons almal besig behalwe met gebede, maar dink aan haarself wat weg en vermis is, alleen 'n klein dametjie soos dit. Ek vra vir julle net om julle gedagtes te omhels met daai klein kind. And I ask that we just ask not only God but the energy, maar die Heilige Here en die Heilige Gees om van net te omhels en veilig te hom terug te bring na 'n gemeente toe. And I ask you that we're going to use this song as the anthem. We all know the words, ons almal ken die woorde, en ek wil hê julle moet saam sing soos ons hierdie song nou sing en dink aan Jocelyn. As ons die musiek kan kry asseblief en hard sing net
Wow, wow, wow. A wonderful opening ceremony culminating with a rendition of We Are the World. Absolutely brilliant. The emotions of the people, everybody right up here to the commentary box as well, has set the scene for this really, really big game in the Saldanha Super 8 Easter Tournament. Why is it such a big game? It's the third one that's being played today, the third game. There's another one after this. But right now the Velddrif players are in a huddle, as are those of Safcol. But the interesting thing about this game is Velddrif are only in here because they've replaced the Western Barbarians who were due to play here. So they're a first timer getting an opportunity here to make a difference. They're up against the champions. Safcol are the champions from Grabo. They won last year. They were a wild card. They ended up winning the tournament. So this promises to be a really, really big game. The wind's still blowing here, and Safcol will be playing into the wind. And you know, it's really good to have a guy like Charles alongside us who's able to tell us that Safcol actually is an acronym for South African Forestry Company Limited, which I didn't know. So thank you, Charles. That's great. You added to us. But besides me, Charles not commentating with me. Ricky Schroeder is, and he's alongside me. And Ricky, what a wonderful development. What a wonderful opening ceremony and a finish there with We Are the World.
Absolutely goosebumps moment. I mean, the town of Saldanha Bay have been under a lot of emotional intensity over the last couple of weeks, but what a way to unify and celebrate the game we all love, rugby.
Fabio Africa then the vice captain of the Velddrif team with a kickoff, and they're into the half of Safcol. This is going to be a very interesting game because there's a lot of quality players in this Velddrif team who've played at a higher level in the Boland and elsewhere. So Safcol are going to really have their hands full in this match, I feel. And as with all of these games, it'll be a really strong physical tussle too. But despite the wind today, we've seen some glorious tries, and we'll probably see some more as well during the course of this game. Africa through their hands very quickly there. Got Delano Dietrich just on his outside at centre three-quarter. But of course, as usual, foundations are laid by forwards. And little knock-ons, and that can actually cost you plenty. So two knock-ons, and we'll come back, and the first one will be a scrum there to Safcol.
Possible lack of communication between Fabio Africa and Wilman Schroeder. Coming in on that hard line, and very intense pass by Africa. But one thing is for sure, there is intent from this Velddrif team to keep ball in hand, hold up the phases, the momentum, and pose a real threat to the Safcol team.
I'm sure we'll chat about it during the course of the game as well, with the age groups and a lot of youngsters. Some guys are up to the age of 39 playing here. What difference does it make? Dwayne from Ireland is 39 playing for South Africa. I thought that brought it, no, it didn't go, it went forward, so it's going to be a penalty here to Safcol. That man there in picture is for Safcol is Holland Claessens, who played around about the same time as my fellow commentator Ricky Schroeder.
Indeed, he still has the legs to continue going like this pack of forwards of Safcol.
You know, it's nice when you win a penalty and you say, I want to scrum down, because it sends out a message to the opposition, doesn't it?
Probably the wind factor also playing a role with this decision. But yes, clear marker in the sand, line drawn. We're going to scrum all night, Safcol says.
Charlie November with a put in. Oh, that's a strong scrum, that really strong scrum from Safcol. That sends out a message, doesn't it? They've got another penalty, Safcol. This time they take it short, very quick. They've got men aplenty here. The long pass on the outside. And those long passes can be dangerous in windy weather. Well, it's a quick take here from the Velddrif guys. They want to catch them unawares. as we look at the field, one of the lights is not shining as brightly as it should, so but of course we're able to make up the difference. Yeah, so what you're seeing on screen is probably pretty good enough. This thing stands right now, but Velddrif on the attack with the wind at their back, obviously looking to try and get some early points on the board too, stun the Safcol players. This, I feel, is one of the key matches of the tournament. It sets the tone for both of these teams. One a newcomer, the other the champion from last year. So 6 phases they've taken it through at the moment. That's good. That's what we want to see as well. Often at club level, you'll find there'll be a knock-on or something will happen, but Velddrif have started this game pretty well outside of that scrum.
Fantastic passage of play by Velddrif early on. Just patience on the ball, building up those phases and being rewarded with a penalty. And yes, first opportunity for points on the board.
I assume your use of the word yes is that you approve of the decision.
100%, especially against a team such as Safcol, the defending champions. And to get, it will just mean a lot for their confidence, getting early points on the board.
Yeah, there's a mental aspect to that as well, isn't there? As we know from having played the game, that certainly once you go behind and you say, well, hang on, guys, you know, we're playing into the wind. Yes, we've conceded 3 points, but we can't keep doing that because you can kick them over from anywhere, even in your own half of the field with the wind at his back. And for Velddrif, they've certainly got that at the moment. No problem with the distance, I'm sure. Yep, no problem at all with the distance. Slammed over there. Excellent kick.
Fabio Africa, very fleet-footed fly-off. One man to watch very closely in this encounter. But also Jurich Klaassen, the man with ball in hand, played at the Lions, also SA School scrum off, but now doing duty in the number 10 jumper tonight.
He was at school at Gasfontein, and yeah, also a lot of quality. We spoke about quality of players here, and players that have played at a higher level, so they understand the pressures that come with the game of rugby. Both teams have got their sprinkling of players. Certainly Safcol have got quite a number. Really, really good play. That's excellent play now. They've opened up a little bit of space there. It's the right thing straight down the field there. Goes Miller. So Miller's charge was quite useful. And now the clean break. Excellent play. This is a brilliant try. What a finish there for Jurich Klaassen.
We just spoke about this man, a very talented rugby player. Can play in the scrum off position, but this time making good decisions at fly off. Jurich Klaassen. Not scared to take on the line. First points on the scoreboard for Safcol. So good, beats the defenders with his quick feet. And then his power takes him over the line.
Yeah, when you're playing against a champion side, one of the most important things is how you defend. Not just the tackles you make, which we're missing there, but how you organize your defense against them, because otherwise they can punish you. And this could end up being 7 points here after Velddrif were quite dominant territorially. And Klaassen, with all the quality he's got, as you said, SA Schools player. I don't think that's over. Yeah, it's given us over. Look like it, it's just shaded the upright. So 7 points then, all belonging to that man in picture.
And he's going to play a big role tonight. And yes, you mentioned, Gavin, the defense line shooting out of formation there and immediately creates and opens the gaps on the inside. And a fleet-footed man like Jurich Klaassen, he will beat you 1v1.
Well, a little earlier in that move, I think Holland Klaassen was very involved as well in setting that up, just creating the extra space. Again, you can see the quality of of him as a player too.
Stay on.
You mentioned he'd just come back
Hold
from
it.
France. He'd been playing there.
Use your 9 available.
See that Diego is on the field, and we'll just have to pick that up right now. It's the second time that that's happened there. The desire, I think, of Safcol is to move the ball around. They know they've got a strong pack of forwards.
There's such a fine line in speeding up the game, lifting the tempo, but also keeping cool and calm heads, especially playing against the wind. Spoke about it earlier in the first encounter, is a little bit closer to each other.
That's an interesting stat, that with the average height of the jumpers, which in modern day rugby that's actually quite short. It's like 1.85 or 1.82 meters. Now the long pass is Velddrif. You see, they're also trying to play the ball wide, but when you make mistakes like that, you could get punished. And also, if you're not making the tackles you want to make, well, that makes it even worse. Velddrif really have to look at their defensive strategy here. And look at it quickly too. Referee playing advantage, that's good to see. Velddrif have the opportunity. Good strong tackle. The Safcol pack, I think, are a very, very useful pack of forwards.
Release. Step, hold.
Well, that's what we've been saying all along. Utilize the opportunity of the wind at your back. Get down into the 22. Don't try and run it from your own half. And then attack from there. Put the pressure on the opposition in their 22 in the red zone.
Sensational vision by Fabio Africa. Realizes that the Safcol team is hunting those double hits. So just stood back in the pocket a little bit. Saw the space on the outside behind the pack of Safcol and turn those big pack of forwards right back into their 22.
Nice little 50-22. Safcol steal it in the line out. That's good work. Right at the back there too. Tarsons does the right thing to get the ball out. You know, you cannot try and kick it upfield with the wind it's blowing right now. It'll blow it right back at you.
You have the danger men in Charlie Slinger, and Julie's also waiting. A lot of speed to burn on the back three.
Ryan Levy's with the throw in.
Now 6 now.
He's a welder by profession. You're going to look through all the professions of the guys here. They're very, very varied. It's nice play. Neat play as well. Very neat play. But the thing is to look after your ball. But difficult to do it when you're being slung around. That's good play from Velddrif. Excellent play from them.
Release.
Isn't it so much easier to apply pressure in the opposition 22 as opposed to your own 22? That kick from Africa has really paid dividends so far. Can it finish it off? It's going to be a knock-on from Dietrich.
Clear indication of this Velddrif team that they are very well coached, is that they are remaining in their pods. They have a clear understanding. Their pack of forwards coming around in pods of 3, giving that option to the scrum off and the fly off. So well coached side at the moment, as you could see.
Andre Nero, the coach of Velddrif, and Brendan Clark from Safcol. Brendan Kluge, rather, from Safcol. It's been a lively start these first 12 minutes. It's another strong scrum that from Safcol. My goodness. And now the run around. Now there's a little bit of space. They've got to straighten it up. Oh, maybe too early that pass. Nevertheless, they've still got possession. A little inside out there on that occasion from Clausen's. Well, there are some big boys on this field. That's the danger, of course, in attacking mode. But of course, the Safcol guys will say, but we're playing with a wind. Well, you're not now, because they've played with a wind.
Brilliant decision making by Bradwin Smith. Realized there's space in behind. Made his decision before he got to that breakdown and realized there's opportunity. If you can't kick the ball out directly, find some grass, and that's exactly what he did. Wins a whole lot of yardage for his team.
Well, Warwick Philander was nowhere there at the time, positionally, I mean. But again, Velddrif are really, maybe they've worked out that their best option is to run as much as we can at these guys. And, well, it's paying off on this occasion. Here comes their try. So they go into the lead with that try on the right wing there from Levan Julies. It was a relatively easy run into.
That's how dangerous this Velddrif team can be on the loose ball. Defenders nowhere to be found. Levan Julies, he knows his way to the try line. And that's all because of the quick ball that was generated at the breakdown. No defenders in place, never gives the defenders opportunity time to get there, and 5 points the result.
Lovely to see a man of 65 kilograms making his name on the field. Bobby Africa, the most difficult kick this as well. Not distance-wise, just directing it. Oh, it's gone wide of the left-hand upright as he was looking at it across the face. But there's the try scorer.
Yeah, I had a chat to some of the locals earlier. This is the game they've been looking forward to all day, and you can see how much it means to the Velddrif supporters.
Well, both teams have got a big support base here. You know, the people certainly come down from Grabo. I'll tell you what, over the weekend there's going to be a lot more of them. High ball, will that go 10 meters? Not quite. But the advantage is to Safcol. I just like the way the referee is playing advantage, keep this game flowing. Both teams really keen to move the ball around. Some thumping tackles as well from both sides. So a little bit of a change of direction on that occasion there from Goliath, the captain of the side. One just gets the feeling every now and then that they might find an overlap somewhere along the line. Safcol, the way they're playing, the way they're running.
Benjamin Dwyer running out of space there. They call him the human truck. And we can see with his body frame, that's exactly why. Played some sevens for Boland as well.
I was just going to say, he played sevens rugby. You know, you have to have skill to play sevens rugby. He's not just a big man, a human truck like that. So Velddrif with the ball now, and again it's moving over here. Now that's a silly thing to do, because when a referee's playing advantage, don't just hoof the thing away. You never know what might happen. Take the punishment rather. But that's now courtesy of playing advantage. This is brilliant play here from Safcol. Then they continue, and they're going to score a try from it too. Give kudos to the referee. He kept the game going, he allowed it to be played, and it's a glorious try from Safcol.
But what a lesson to be learned, and you alluded to it, Gavin. Don't just kick the ball away, because a man like Terence Ludik, he will exploit opportunities such as that. But what continuation, keeping the ball alive through contact, in the contact situations. And the diminutive man goes over.
He is a small chap, you know. He played ball under 21s, so he's also played at provincial level. But what a good finish, though. And you can see the strength that he's got in his hips too. You know, he's not a heavy guy, but he's very solid in carrying the ball. This is turning into quite a humdinger, isn't it, in a lot of ways. So Eric Claessens, who got the first 7 points of the game. Hoists it high and hoists it straight.
Eric Claessens once again showcasing his talent from the kicking tee. But what I really love about this Safcol team is the communication that comes from behind. It's like the supporting players, the eyes of the ball carrier, giving direction, and there's always someone in a better position, and that's why they can score tries like that.
It's a good point too, you know. I mean, rugby is about support, you know, and you get certain players that know others so well, and you would have played with some too, where you can just pop because he's going to be there, you know. Just a little pop pass or whatever it might be. I think what's letting Velddrif down at the moment is their, I've said it before, but their defensive strategy is not well organised at the moment. They're also not making those first-time tackles. And against a team like this that's very free running, the danger is that you're going to leave a lot of space for them to move in. And when they get the ball out wide, they've got some real pacey men too. Yep. Well, if you want to back yourself, and they're doing that right now. We're just about a quarter of the way through the game, and Safcol are leading, and they're playing into the wind. So they'll be happy with that, but you can't rest on your laurels.
A very fearless approach at the moment from the Safcol team. Was replicating what we saw earlier, that ball going into touch. So it's maybe just a little bit of game management that needs to kick in with the Safcol team.
Africa. To the bigger men, Dietrich and Douglas Dick, who are the two centre three-quarters. Out from Dick. Just have a look at Safcol. Watch their defensive organisation. As I say that, they went out of sync on that occasion. Again, commentators curse, but generally they've been very well organised.
Delano Dietrich putting the grubber through. Effective to turn the big pack off forwards of Safcol.
So Levis, Ryan Levis with the throw in. And the eagerness to run in your own 22 is warranted when you're playing into the wind. But then you've really got to look after the ball, which they haven't done. It's now Velddrif. Side entry at the ruck there. But still they go. Now the chip through. Which way does it bounce? Not favourably for Velddrif.
Levi and Julie's probably calling for that one on the outside, telling Fabio Africa there is space. Execution just not 100% accurate.
There they go from their own goal line. Neat little play there from Claessens. A decent path, but they've lost it forward. Now can Velddrif punish them? He has an opportunity for them. It's a 2 against 4, unfortunately. But they come back in field. This is excellent play. Back to the safety and security. Well, it's been thrust away. Here we go. Action once again. It's a long way to the goal line, but no one's going to catch him. Have a look at this. Billy's got 1 try. Here comes his second. Well, that is punishment in the extreme, isn't it? You're absolutely dominating them in the 22, and then you have an 80-meter run there where Ludix was not going to get stopped by anybody.
He's got a phenomenal turn of pace, Terence Ludix. Loose ball, but it starts here. Well competed by the number 9, Cola November. And then it's high cadence, high knees, all the way to the try line.
You've got to ask yourself too, what was he doing there? Very good to see. He's a left winger,
yep.
But he was right up there with the play. And again, I love seeing that, where wingers actually look forward. Brana Banner was a champion at that.
And it speaks volumes of their work ethic, like you've mentioned, their character to get out there.
So Warwick Philander is taking the kick. The fullback. And he's made a bit of a hash of it, sadly. But that's a decent enough scoreline as things stand for Safcol right now.
Now Terence Ludix also represented the Boland under-21 team. A little goose step in the goal area. But Boland has always been known for delivering some good wings. When we think of guys like Anthony Volmonk, pace of note.
Stefan de Blanche, in years gone by, so many of them, as you say. Good to see. Ashwin Willemse, you can just keep adding up. Well, oh dear. Philander, done by the wind there, I think. Well, they'll come back anyway. It's going to be a penalty here to Safcol. The referee's having an excellent game. You know, we often don't give them enough credit for the tough job that they have to do. This game has been kept alive by some very good refereeing.
The communication has been clear. The players know exactly what's happening on the field, and that's what you as a player want.
Just get the space, Captain Blue. Thanks. Space.
So Jacqueline Rutherford with the throw-in. Not a great ball, that. This is excellent recovery from them, I've got to say. And again, they've created space. Now, you've got to be careful what you do with it, Yale, the direction you take, which might not have been the right one, but they've kept the ball, importantly. Well, he comes again, Ludix. Well, he seems to spend a lot of time on the right wing. Maybe he's supposed to be there with the number 11 on his back, which is traditionally the left winger's number, of course. Pop pass there from Claessens didn't quite work.
Not the best decision by Jurg Claessen. Need to be in control of the contact situation. In that case, that's 50-50 pass to the outside. Maybe not on, could have possibly put out the next phase. They are generating quick ball at the breakdown. So trusting that processes that they have in place.
Just looking at some of the sizes of these guys and some of the ages of these guys, it's like amazing. Simon and Glover, he's 140 kilograms. He's a huge guy. he walks with a bit of a gait, but he's all over the field. There's another strong scrum from Safcol.
Then you have a guy like Jacqueline Rutherford, 39 years old, and still going strong at hooker for the Safcol team.
Well, let's keep an eye on this scrum now. So it's this Velddrif put in, and they're putting it in from the tight end side. So Ricky, you maybe want to expand a little bit on that as well, on that decision. Why?
General rule is usually that the scrum off is on the left hand side. Maybe it's a private tactic that the Velddrif team have been practicing.
Also, I just thought it might have something to do with the fact that they are getting pushed back so heavily, and they need a quick strike in some form or another that might be better from that side.
Well, the advice I would usually give is just the channel one ball, get it in and out, hook it as quick as possible, almost underneath the feet of the flanker. But yeah,
putting it in from the regular side.
From the regular side.
Maybe that tight end has got hooking capabilities that we don't know about. Maybe he's left-footed.
Point. Sit. Steady.
Well, he's got long toenails, whichever it might be. But Safcol really are they're dominating the scrums to the level where, well, they decided they're going to pick it up this time around, and Dwani just not quite getting it where he wanted to get it to, but they'll come back for the penalty. And I just don't want this game to develop into a stream of penalties at scrum time, which it literally will continue to do, and the referee has no option really. When you've got a team backpedaling like that, hands in the scrum or whatever it might be.
And Velddrif don't want to lose a player, especially against the Safcol team, and that's another thing that the ref might do, put his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, that is the other danger, of course. Quickly out from November. We seem to find a little bit of extra space, these guys. Now, was that the right call, or should have they gone outside to Ludix to get his hat-trick? Well, penalties are mounting, and I'm not sure that the referee's got any pockets on those shorts of his. I can't see a pocket. Maybe he's got a different way of keeping the cards. Or maybe he didn't bring them out with him. So we don't want cards in this game.
Yeah. These are very tight shorts he is wearing.
Oh, it's another scrum. Another nightmare occasion potentially for Velddrif.
And I'm sure Safcol will be scrumming for the penalty.
Can you make a call here, Ricky? Our coach is always going to look at this and say, well, we've got to do something about this now. Do we replace anybody on the field? Can it make a difference? Because at the moment it's just a walk away. This is absolutely brilliant scrumming. And another opportunity again for Safcol. We'll come back for the penalty there. A little bit of over-elaboration one feels from the green machine. The easy thing is you just keep asking for scrums here, and you just try and roll them back over their goal line. 7 penalties. I think the referee is talking to them as well. But there's so much he can do. And no more.
Yeah.
It's so important that this Velddrif team need to resist the hit. They can't pull out of the contest.
Yeah, absolutely right. But even that's not helping. And they maybe were a little bit better that time round, but held at the back there brilliantly by Dwai. Having a field day in the scrums at number 8. And this is what we wanted them to do, is to keep dragging it all the way up to the line, fall on the ball, and there's the try. And it belongs to the captain, Benjamin Dwai. They scrummed a good 20 meters there with the Velddrif team in retreat.
Benjamin Dwai, somewhat of a club legend. I must point out, it's quite a skill to control that ball at the back of the scrum as an 8th man, and at the right time to pick it up and dot it down speaks volumes. And yes, it means so much to the skipper.
Yeah, well, he's shown those skills. He's got good all-round skills, having played sevens rugby for Boran too.
Some of the Safcol supporters said that he is the cornerstone of this team. Everything revolves around him. He's the link between backs and forwards, and we can see it quite clearly tonight.
Yeah, as a number 8, in fact, that's just quite perfect, isn't it? That's why you find so many number 8s are captains of teams in recent times. Yeah, look, the Safcol try-scoring abilities have been a little bit better than their kicking at goal.
But if you can score 50-meter tries, keep doing it.
Who needs a kicker?
But you can see they're scrumming as a unit, and their body position also a little bit lower than the Velddrif pack, and that's a lot of force to stop coming from the front.
No, it's very well done that by the captain and his pack of forwards. So 24-8, that's a huge lead when you're playing into the wind. Here come Velddrif now. They know they've got to just run as hard as they can and try and get some tries, more tries on the board, so that they can turn at half time and they've got something to be able to play with. At the moment, the way things are going, they're not getting enough ball and they're not finding enough incision into the defense of Safcol. There's a good awareness as well, I must say, amongst these all of these players on the field, expecting the ball to come their way. No one's been caught by surprise. It's just been the accuracy at times of the passing. Good play there as well from Smith.
It's a contest! It's a contest! He's got the ball! First man in! Play on!
Yeah, you see the referee, good communication again. You spoke about it, Ricky, and he's really done a good job with that too. See, Velddrif find themselves running into cul-de-sacs too often because they haven't got the right flow of getting the ball out. No, that's much better from them. The offload couldn't come, but there was a pretty good effort to try and take it, but it's been turned over. That kick is actually a brilliant kick on a windy day like today. To be able to kick it out some 35 meters is a rare occurrence.
Well, Colin November playing a loose forward role in that situation, competing like a flank. That breakdown, not the biggest man, but shows his heart to put his head in that ruck and steal that ball.
Only 70 kilograms, so he's not a big guy. Velddrif not really challenged in that line out. Now again you can see they're looking to try and play it wide to open up because they've got the pacey wings that can make a difference. And there's the chip and chase. Which way does it bounce? Well, favourably enough for Safcol to find some measure of relief. And that's obviously, again, Ricky, the way they play their rugby, Velddrif, that's probably traditionally what they like to do, you know. They haven't been given that chance tonight, particularly because of the poor scrumming. But when they do, you know, then they start to look dangerous because they've got the speed out wide.
Definitely do have the skill set. The great chip and chase by Levan Julius. But the bounce of the rugby ball can never be predicted. Favourable outcome still for Velddrif. And it still bothers me that the scrum off is on the right-hand side.
I'm very interested in what the reason is for that tactic. Because it hasn't helped up to now, really.
The only thing that I can think of is maybe taking the scrum off, the opposition scrum off in November out of play.
Well, he's very much in play now because they've taken the ball away. Yeah, there's obviously is a reason for it and a tactic. Wow, from fullback position for Landa. We haven't seen much of him in the first half. Tall man in the fullback position, but have a look at it. See, and missing tackles again, especially those first time tackles. Referee right on the spot, so quick take again. Now another chance here for Safcol. Good communication from the referee. Everyone in a standing position here from Safcol, but you see they get through that first tackle and that gives your team momentum. Inside out, Ludwig's back in field it goes. This is excellent play. There's some good straight running too from the Safcol team. They really look a polished outfit in most of the time. Good expectation of the ball coming their way. And putting someone into space. What about two props having a hand in the run-up field? Not the try yet, but...
Turnover is good, contest. Let it go, tackle!
And a big fight for the ball there. November very much part of that as well. Oh, there's no room to move in there, so right against the touchline was Levi Julies. Now they come again, and they want to keep this ball floating around because they know where they've got pace too. And yeah, this is one man who's got terrific pace. The thing is, when he runs into a big pudding, you've got to be a little bit careful. But when he's got enough room to move in. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Well, when they do the highlights reel, a man with a number 2 on his back will show you how to grab a kick.
39 years experience, why not Jacqueline Rutherford? Don't you just love seeing a front row player putting a little grubber through?
Oh, he's also good work from Kenneth and Guai as well in terms of drawing a man. But yeah, again, he comes. This youngster has really got so much talent and so much speed. But he's lost the ball, and it's the second time he's lost it, in fact. Velddrif trying to counter-attack from well inside their own half of the field. Now, Africa, can they find a way through here? Now what they need now is to hammer it down right into the corner, near the corner flag.
And try and get another try just before halftime.
Well, Ricky, there's not much time left. In fact, we're over. We've gone past the 40-minute mark, according to our clock. So this will be the last play. Of course, they'll have the line out too. Well, they won't have a line out because it's not kicked out. Now, Safcol, they've decided they want to run back at them. They pay scant attention to anything but the opportunity of scoring tries. Oh! Well, some brilliant play there. That's going to be half-time, sadly. Some brilliant play from Safcol. And I love the fact that they just want to play. Never mind the fact that we kick it out, let's go off the field, have a cup of tea and come back. No, we want to play.
A positive intent indeed. Both teams waited now. Following up his own kick. And unfortunately, at the last moment, just dragged out. But no, you don't need to go anywhere. This is one exciting match. If the first half is anything to go by.
It's been a brilliant first half, really. 5 tries we have here in Saldanha. Safcol leading Velddrif by 24 points to 8. Now that, Ricky Schroeder, is the moon, I think.
Indeed,
not the sun. We'll be back soon after this. the Saldanha Bay Stadium. Well, let's just have a look at some of these highlights, Ricky Schroeder.
Absolute phenomenal play early up by this man, Ulrich Claessens. Usually in the scrum off position, but now taking the responsibility of that fly off, that number 10 jumper. Fantastic try. But immediately Velddrif showed that they can score tries too, and Levi and Julies burn space all the way to the try line after a loose ball. But Safcol, they have attacking intent, keeping the ball alive, play between backs and forwards, getting their hands through the contact situation. And Terence Ludix over for his first of the match. And then Velddrif in the 22, but this man once again, Terence Ludix, shows he's not just fleet-footed and has got the skill to sidestep anyone, but got the pace and the legs to carry him all the way. And a little goose step just to keep the defenders guessing in the goal line.
Two smallest men on the field involved there. Scrum off November and Ludix.
And there's some phenomenal foundation work by Safcol's back or forwards. Good skill by Benjamin Dwyer all the way to the try and keeps it under his feet, keeps the control, and at the right moment picks it up and dots it down.
Mr. Andre Truter. Andre, we look at this crowd, we see the people here. What does this mean for the economic upliftment of the region?
You know, it's amazing. There's a lot of things in our country that are going wrong, but rugby in Saldanha Bay and on the West Coast is going right. It's not only in a trying time giving us something to cheer about and to laugh about and to unite us. You know, Madiba started this journey way back in '95. And look where we are today in this little small town of Saldanha Bay. Look at all the people, and this is only the beginning. And you must remember it's winter now. People don't want to swim in the cold Atlantic. So this brings economy, and economy brings jobs, and jobs puts bread on the table. But over and above that, it's the lighty rugby that's coming back. It's father and son coming to jawl at the game, coming to watch the game. It means the world to us to have this tournament here.
You speak about economy, you speak about the people coming in. One of the greatest blessings you can ever get is unity. And when you get unity like this happening in a stadium, happening in a community, it's something to work with.
Absolutely. You know, I still believe that rugby is one of the greatest uniters in South Africa. We love the game. Yeah, I said earlier, it's a bit like a religion. It unites us, and I don't say that lightly, so I don't want to make a mockery of it. I say it with the greatest of respect. But it's the one thing here on the West Coast that unites us, that pull our people together. And, you know, today we went through a council meeting, and there was nothing nicer tonight to come out and to look at the people and to see it, the joy. And I know that this is only the beginning. Look where we've progressed to 5 years down the line. We've got two clubs here that's got 254 years between two of them. We've got 4 provinces here. That is absolutely amazing in our little town here on the West Coast.
Give us one little insight on how you did it to be one of the top, rated the top governances from a big town point of view. One little tip that we can take away from this.
I think it's the very thing of rugby. We play as a team. We've got an amazing team of people. We've got an amazing council. We've got amazing administration. We've got amazing people that work on the ground. And we've realized when we work for each other, not for yourself, we can achieve great things. And if there's a message for South Africa, together we can do it better.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. And we're going to go to the break. We're going to have some incredible rugby. First half was incredible. Next one, Velddrif is playing against Safcol.
Welcome back to Saldanha, rather, and that's the halftime score if you've just tuned in. Well, you've missed a very good first half if you're only tuning in now. Safcol with 4 glorious tries. Velddrif managed to get one themselves, but there was some delightful rugby in that first half from these two teams. And that despite the fact that it's very breezy, a strong wind that's going down, straight downfield. As you look at your screen from right to left, so Safcol will have that at their back, and there's an expectation that they might score a few more tries than the 4 they got in the first half.
And that's going to be the big challenge for Safcol, especially the 9-10 combination, utilizing their booth to get into the right areas of the field and not force things. They have the ability to score long-range tries, but this is really going to challenge the maturity of this Safcol team.
Do you think it's going to happen?
They've been throwing the ball around like crazy and fearless, which we love to see as well. But if they want to do well in this tournament, if they want to end up champions again at the end, I think that is their big challenge, to perfect their game management.
No, you're spot on. And I think also their coach, Brendan Clutie, I'm sure, has spoken to them about that at half-time, is play the situation and whatever it demands. And this one demands that you spend your time down there in their 22. And Mr. Fly Half, you make sure that we get down there. So Yuri Claessens has a role to play from a kicking perspective. But that's talking from Safcol's perspective. What about the men from Velddrif? How can they resurrect their efforts here in the second half is the big question.
Hold. What's that?
Ball out at the moment. So another chance here for Safcol. They get past that first tackle and then you're in all sorts of trouble. That's a better first up tackle.
No, play on.
We're better organised then too. They've had the freedom of plenty of ball coming their way. Philander now caught in possession, looking after the ball. And it comes there from November. I think it's a nice game to be able to play scrum half in. And yeah, they go again. There's another charge downfield from Dwai, the brother of the captain, number 8. And another little switch there from Muller. Now they've got extra men here. Can they make use of this in some form or another? That's how close they've come. Oh, how are you going to stop me now? It's going to take 3 of you to bring me down. 11 faces they've gone through. Brilliant play this. Still not quite there. Velddrif making the tackles. They know how important these tackles are. They're already behind by those 13 points at the moment, or 15 points rather. Charging upfield there is Ndlovu. Simon Ndlovu, played Brilliant under 20. Oh, there they come again. Another chance. Another. Whoa, I'm not sure that that's a try. No. The ball was lost in contact. 15 phases they went through. So they've earned, as a result of that, they've earned a penalty a little bit early on. Again, the referee letting the play go.
Terence Ludik, it's again showing danger from a scrum off position. A little show and go, getting his hands through the contact. But 15 phases, that shows the patience on attack, building up that pressure. And that's why they find themselves in the 22 of Velddrif.
Well, 15 was the operative number when they scored that pushover try, almost in exactly the same position where Safcol and held at number 8 by Benjamin Dwyer in the first half. They just scrummed them back a good 20 meters to score.
And we might see a similar picture happen right now.
Boy! Sit! Steady!
Yeah, they've been in retreat, the Velddrif scrum. And again, they're not able to hold the green machine. Still they go. Benjamin Dwyer at the back. Oh dear, there's going to be a card. Oh, the cards are in the sock. Now we know where they are. Yeah, I don't think he's had any choice really, and it's something you want to try and avoid if you have to. It's going to be a penalty try, by the way. So it's Phil Goliath who's gone off the field. I think you normally would say Goliath, wouldn't you?
Goliath. We'll go with Goliath.
Goliath is the English version.
At the moment, it's a case of David in Goliath with the Safcol pack of forwards just absolutely dominating. And of course, penalty try, no need for the conversion to take place as Fabio Africa gets planned away again.
Penalty this time to Velddrif.
No, you can't play it.
Now, can they find their way through? I think there's a lot of people rooting for them too. If they could just find their way through, score a try, just to make this a little bit more of a contest than the 23-point difference it is at the moment. But there's not the smoothness that we've seen from the Safcol team.
No.
Velddrif battling a little bit to really get some rhythm going.
Advantage green or side.
They've won a penalty, so they can play with some freedom here. Wow, a huge tackle. Now looking for the long pass there. But they haven't looked after the ball. They'll come back for the penalty.
Green or side.
Oh goodness. There was a thumping tackle there a little bit early on. There's the tap and go. Can they get over? Can they get it down? No. I don't. Is the referee awarded the try? Or is it going to be a penalty? He's given it as a try.
Yep. Velddrif getting planned away quick, trying to catch the defense of Safcol. Sleeping or napping. Andre Fischer just getting some attention. Very upright into contact when he carried that ball.
Very much so. So the conversion is good from Africa. And Velddrif are leading in the second half. No, they're not. It's 7 each. So a little bit more respectable then after that 7-pointer for Velddrif. They'll just be encouraging themselves, you know, they're playing into the wind. Guys, we can score points against this team. Let's just make use of our opportunities. Penalty to... Now this gets kicked into the corner. Catch and drive from the line out, and Velddrif could be punished again. Really have given away a lot of penalties in this match.
That was a soft penalty from Holman Schroeder got tackled and he needs to release the ball before getting up and playing it again.
Well, there we have it. Those 97 tackles made and 31 of them missed. That's a third of them, just about, that they've missed. And I think it's not just the missing tackle. The first tackle is the most important, to put the man down, you know, and that's where I think they've let themselves down. Rutherford with a throw in. Good clean jump as well there from Klaassen. David Klaassen, that is.
Use it!
Now, the green machine gets in motion.
It's good. Let it go now. Let it go now. No, hold, step.
It's going to come out to the backs now. Little change of direction again. Good strong running here from Holland Klaassen. Held up on the line, but he's got down. Wow, that's a very good finish. That I thought he'd been shunted back infield, and he managed to get himself down. All the experience of the young man. He's still young.
Great tackle fight by Holland Klaassen. Never stopped working in the contact situations, but it started with that platform laid by the pack of forwards. Change of direction with a old switch. Just drawing the defenders over Ulrich Klaassen, creating that space for Klaassen to come back on the inside.
But the tackle missed on him again there.
Again.
Which, you know, that first tackle, which wasn't taken. So this time it'll be another Klaassen, or Klaassens. And the Bomb Squad are on their way onto the field, out of picture at the moment. The conversion is not over, but a very good finish that by Klaassen with a switch of direction. An excellent effort that, but a missed tackle. Just have a look at the first tackle there. That one, boom. Should have been made, and it wasn't made, and as a result, there's the try.
Antonio Williams just sliding off Klaassen. All 140 kgs of him.
Africa with a kick in. No real contest there from the Velddrif backer forwards. Just look at that determination. Look at the pace as well, off the mark.
Stop 70.
I'm not seeing enough of that from Velddrif. There's the kick downfield. Maybe didn't go exactly where they wanted, but the thinking was right. Velddrif trying to find their way through here, having to move quite laterally. Got an extra man, or had an extra man, now a little bit of space. They got a little bit cramped there, but this is much better play from them. Keep possession. Stretch them as best as you can. Quick take. A quick take here and an opportunity as well. Smith with that little tap kick from him from the base of the scrum. A bit of some of the passes are a little bit wild and woolly too, or they're finding their mark eventually, but how's the counter coming? Then the pickup. We've seen some quite good running from Dick on the odd occasion, and Dietrich for Velddrif, and yeah, they keep coming now. To the line they go, still held up short. Now this is where a quality team's got to finish things off. That's got to be a penalty as well. It's above the sternum, the tackle. And while they're fighting for the ball, there was an opportunity to have played a little bit wider in that previous occasion. And then they come again. Too much telegraphing of what they're doing, but they've got it through 9 phases. They want to hold on to the ball, keep plugging away. Oh dear. Well, 12 phases it was. Here they go again. It'll also be a tap and go. Give it to the big men. Let them take it over. Nothing wrong with that. Velddrif have got their try, courtesy of Marman.
Yeah, Sela Marman received that ball on pace. It's always going to be very difficult to stop. And the bench, they are on their feet, all excited. His first try of the match, but also good, quick decision making by Bradwin Smith to take that quick tap penalty, realize that the defense is not in place. Fernandez shooting out of the line, the fullback of Safcol, creating that space on the inside for Marman. Here's a big unit. It's going to be difficult to stop.
Ricky, also, he was going at pace as well. That's the important thing. There's the conversion from Africa. But that's the important thing. Too many of them are catching a ball in a stationary position, and you really can't get momentum drive from that easily.
And especially with the Safcol defense that is closing off that outside space. But through the middle, that's where Marman will go. If you're closing the space on the outside with that quick rush defense, the gaps start opening up in the middle.
Smith to Africa. Now a little bit of space in the middle. Are the gaps starting to open up a little bit here now? Velddrif enjoying the opportunity of a little bit more freedom with the ball in hand. So much of it has been about defensive work. Again, Safcol looking polished in the defensive side of things in this game. Last time they carried the ball through 12 phases, then they do it again. Again, it's too much lateral movement. Well, quick take again. Smith is actually doing really well. They went back 10 meters, so it'll be another penalty. And I've seen referees give yellow cards for that too.
Listen, you better keep your act together.
Smith, out it goes. Well, it's not going much further than one of the giants. Best way to put pressure on the opposition sometimes is to run hard at them and also to use the width judiciously of the field. Have someone running at pace, change your channel run. It's just slowly but surely these things are starting to happen now for Velddrif. Most importantly, can they convert them into points? Now Africa again trying to ignite that back line. As you said, Dietrich and Dick have looked keen to run with the ball but haven't quite always got it right. That time Dietrich.
A little bit of a timing issue. Pass going behind him. The wind probably playing a role in that as well. Dietrich receiving that ball behind him. So just accuracy with the passing will be of utmost importance for this Velddrif team. 9 handling errors. And the thing, I mentioned it earlier, the thing with handling errors, it just disrupts the momentum of a team.
Very much so. I'm very keen to see what happens in the scrum now with all the changes and the bomb squad that are on. See if we're going to find anything different.
And Antonio Williams is on 140 kgs for Velddrif. Can he be the anchor they've been looking for in the first half?
I see Lance Karabi's on too. So there's another one. The whole pile of them that came on. We'll pick them up as the game goes.
Stay on. Stay on.
Well, again, it's a strong scrum. Nothing's changed.
Is it 9?
Oh, that's a nice little run around. The pass going a little bit wide. No real pressure there on Wade Mill on the right wing. So he was able to pick up and then still run around, and no one's really challenging him. Now the cross kick. That's a good kick too. It's a good kick for a quick man. It's a good enough kick for Safcol, and a very, very good one as well for Eli Peters. He's the one who scored the try. Got the favourable bounce, but again a lovely kick.
And he probably called it as well on the outside. Jurich Klaassen would usually kick that to a flying wing, but this time it's Hilly Peters showing that he's got the pace himself.
He got a good bounce too. One's got to give him credit for that too.
But we spoke about Jurich Klaassen and November utilizing the wing. This time so accurate, and he waves to his people at home saying, I'm coming back to Grabo with a try in my pocket.
And hopefully a trophy as well. Of course, they were the winners last year, beating the Progress team from the Eastern Cape. Tight battle as well. It was 28-25. This game is definitely now almost double the number of points that belong to Safcol. It's been a good day for Jurich Klaassen and company. Does that swing in? Quite beautifully it does, yes. Third conversion of the match for Jurich Klaassen.
Well, check out this dive.
You like that, Ricky? I don't like that.
I know you don't.
No. You lose the ball, then you look like a real monkey, don't you? I blame the wind then. So, Africa looking to go deep. Now, have a look at the players. Have a look at this horde of players running off the ball carrier. Absolutely brilliant there. Everyone's involved. There's another penalty. Referee is playing the advantage. Good on him. He's done such a grand job with that this game. Which way do they go now? The long pass is up. Brilliant play. And it's going to be a walk-in for Warwick Philander. No pressure on the fullback. And that's try number 8.
And if you generate quick ball at the breakdown, the defense will never have enough time to get into position. Warwick Philander exploits that.
This sort of game is a scrum half and a fullback's dream.
Oh, absolutely wonderful.
You can spend your time in the back line. You know you're going to get ball. You know the delivery is going to come. There's the opportunity, and Warwick Philander's grabbed it with both hands. And when you've got a scrum that's dominating.
Well, it's a field day for a scrum half.
That's for a scrum half, isn't it? Klaassen's conversion has gone a little wide again. That's the one thing that has been difficult throughout today's play, has been the goal kicking, or the converting, should we say. So many tries have been scored far out. It hasn't been that easy to kick it accurately. (48-22) it is. 70 points in this game and another 20 minutes to go.
This challenge lies like a mountain ahead for Velddrif to try and claw their way back into this encounter.
Well, 1 or 2 more changes being made as Fabio Africa gets play underway again. And Safcol really thriving, I think, in the situation they find themselves in. Played some real quality rugby and scored some glorious tries too. This time kick downfield there from Malchus. Well, again, you want to show a reward for that, you know. Again, it's a kick that's got us into a favourable position. And that's just something that the Velddrif team didn't seem to get right in the first half. Claudio Matala is also on. He played sevens rugby for the Boland too, as did Malchus. No contest there from Velddrif in the line out. You could say it has been no contest in the scrums as well.
No!
Domination of Safcol. They are looking the part. Back in field, change of direction. Good play that from Safcol. But beautifully stolen away. Excellent play that from Chua, 32-year-old, who's also on as a replacement. That's better play. And the problem is you've got to get the pass away before you get tackled. And it's got to be absolute split-second stuff. That stopped their momentum, unfortunately. Very often is a yellow card, to be honest with you. But referee says knock-on advantage. He just saw it as a knock-on.
Definite high tackle.
Well, quick take once again from Smith to try and get some momentum for his team.
Now, 16 at a time.
You can see the intentions are there for Velddrif. They really are trying to make this thing work for themselves. Not quite getting there. Africa steps out of one tackle.
No, let it go now.
Just a little bit too stationary on that occasion. Aiden Stevens caught in possession. Oh, the long pass.
Not yet. No, hold, glass in, hold.
And you spoke about phases, Ricky, and you know, we saw the Velddrif team, their capabilities of taking it through a good few phases a bit earlier. Can they do the same thing again and create some momentum?
At the moment they caught behind the advantage line with the hard press from Safcol. But this time a breakaway.
Question is, where's the support? It wasn't forthcoming, so again it slowed down their momentum. Africa, a long pass, nothing wrong with the pass. Now, can they make something of this? You need a speedster to do it. Looks like they found one. Well, one's enough. That's going to be a try too. Excellent play that. Second try for Goliath. Oh no, it's his first try. Or Goliath, as you call him. So Ricky, they haven't given up, eh?
And that speaks volumes of this team, the character of this Velddrif team. Goliath, work rate to get to that last pass. He touched the ball twice on that occasion.
I just loved Terence Ludick trying to pull him down there. So that was the David and Goliath. The kick is successful. They've got a couple of points. But there's the try scorer.
But this time Phil Goliath rewrites the history books by Goliath winning this encounter and this battle.
$78 points. It is more to come, I guess.
Why not? Some entertaining rugby on display.
Well, the entourage who officially opened the tournament spoke about the importance of, or made a promise that you're going to enjoy some terrific rugby. Well, that certainly has been. This is the third game. There's one more after this, of course, to take us late into the night. But it's been well worth the rands that you've spent to come in and watch this. And then all of these players, Ricky, you've touched on that point as well. All of these players feel that there might be an opportunity of someone spotting them, and then, you know, maybe a step up for them potentially into the professional ranks or whatever it might be.
And possibly a rejuvenation of some players' careers. I mean, in the Safcol team, there are a whole lot of players that have played provincial level rugby, that has played sevens. So possibly an opportunity for them to revive their careers. We take a look at a guy like Harlan Klaasen, who's played at Western Province, the King's Griquas, and some time in France. So a wonderful opportunity for them to showcase their talent, and hopefully we see them playing in higher honors.
Absolutely, yeah. So we just a little hold up at the moment. Let's have a look at this. There was the catch. Ball went backwards. Maybe just fell quite awkwardly at the moment. He might just have hurt his leg in some form or another.
That's probably the biggest concern for the teams taking part this weekend, is trying to keep that injury count as low as possible.
Yeah, it's difficult, you know. I mean, Murray it is who's coming off, but again, you know, you come here with a squad, and you know, as soon as you one down again, it makes it more difficult. You've got 2 games to play over the weekend. Injuries are a coach's nightmare.
I remember last year when we were here at this exact same tournament, some players on the Saturday had to come in. It wasn't not originally part of the squad that started on a Thursday. They had to bring in players from back home. So I'm sure some of the fringe players probably sitting and watching, and possibly with their boots on, ready to come if need be.
Not if you live in Barberton. It's quite a long trip. Unless you've got your own aircraft.
Well, if they start driving tonight, they might get you on Saturday.
The referee is waiting for a replacement to come on for Murray. There we go. That's going to be our man, is it? Our man in Havana is going to be Ndongana. Yep, on he comes. And I'm not sure where he's going to go, maybe to a loose forward position. Number 8, there he is.
Crouch. Point. Sit.
So it's another Claassen with a put in here. 64 kilograms worth. Ricardo Claassen is the replacement scrum half. And loving the fact that his team is only going forward at scrum time. Here they come, full tilt again. That's good, strong running from them. Opened up space, open it, give it to the man. Oh, that's brilliant. Wonderful finish that one. If that wasn't a try, or hadn't been a try, it would have been a great disappointment. But Wayden Hill has got in from the right wing position. He scored on the left flank, and some lovely running.
What really stands out about that try is the dummy runners. Each player understands his role. The player without the ball keeps the opposition busy, so that allows the ball to do the work on the outside and get the ball into space. The players absolutely phenomenal through their hands. Upper body strength showed. And another one.
Well, that for me is I think, been the classic try of the tournament thus far, because I just love the execution, you know, and also, you know, scoring from set pieces is never that easy, you know, and if you're able to manage the process properly, and you've got forwards and backs involved in that move, all getting rid of the ball at the right time, as you said too, makes such a difference.
And the players without the ball running their lines to sort of stop the defense, just having them in that little bit of doubt for a second, and then getting the ball into space.
That's all that's needed, 1 second worth. Eric Claassen with the conversion. He's worked this wind out to an extent, to a very good extent too.
Off the upright, then through the middle it goes.
Well, they're into the 50s, Safcol, and really setting the bar quite high at this year's Super 8s here in Saldanha.
Now Philander getting his hands through the Conte, and just wonderful support play by Wayden.
Basics being done well. Here comes the same Wayden again, with a little bit of a Hail Mary pass on that occasion.
Now.
So Velddrif have the ball in hand.
Hold.
Long pass. A little bit of space sought. Now you really need a real speedster out on the right wing here. Pushing it. Where's my right winger? He's not here.
There's the mark.
8 minutes left of the game, or just under, and Velddrif have not given up hope. They're still at it. Even if they've got to play a little bit of basketball every now and then. They've shown their ability to carry the ball through phases.
No.
Onto the field is Chihuahua. Also found a little bit of space. That's good running. That's much better from them. Yeah, they come again to, but then they've gone and given the ball away, so they'll come back for the penalty. Tap and go again, will it be? Wasn't quite from the mark, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Release. Move, no hands, step.
You've got to look after the ball, and that's one of the key things there is don't offload in a 50-50 situation. Hold on to the ball, set it up for the next phase.
Especially if you're not in control of the contact situation or not dominating the contact situation. And there were quite a few Safcol players in between the ball carrier and some of the supporting players. Yeah, much rather go down, set up the phase and build that momentum once again.
Point. Sit. Hold.
So Ricardo Klaassen with a put in.
Use it.
Lots of time here for a call to be made by Ulrich Klaassens with a kick. Downfield onto Charlie's at fullback. He's quick, this guy too. But he signified his intentions very early on. Again, it's lateral movement. That time from Sergio Falroy. I just think that at times Fabio Africa has been searching for a space that he could sort of get through. There he tries again. Wasn't quite available to him. Just to try and vary things a little bit, because some of their players have been quite predictable. And there again, they lose the ball now. They could get punished for this too. That ball has moved very quickly. They've got extra men on the side there. First time tackling, once again, found wanting. Long pass there from Klaassens.
Use it.
Lovely play. Into space. Now the switch. Oh! A little flip over the top there. Didn't quite find its man. Still, the ball belongs to Safcol at the moment. Referee's playing advantage. There's another long pass. Now Nel. As he was trying to get through.
Step.
Still, they've got an opportunity here to play ball. No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good play from Velddrif. We've had some incredibly long passages of play at times, haven't we, Ricky? I haven't heard from you for a while. I'm going to run out of voice here. It's been pretty exciting. Lots of great tries being scored. And this tournament has always had all of that. Yeah, they come again. Velddrif, they've got numbers there, but maybe not the right call.
Quick tap.
Yeah, the quick tap is the thing that they do. From Roy quickly with the ball. Now Africa. There's a decent enough pass. Another one. Can we see another try? Of course we can. There it is. Velddrif. The finishing touches from Shad Blow.
And what a mentally and physically demanding passage of play by Chad Blau. I think he is very relieved to cross the try line, but the interplay between backs and forwards absolutely phenomenal, keeping the ball alive. Lewis And then also full Goliath once again. And then you get your speedsters to just finish it all off. Oh. And that's what we mean by being in control of the contact or dominating the contact situation. Then you're more than willing to get that 50-50 pass away.
Farmer Africa with the conversion.
Take a look at that try once again.
Well, this game certainly is finishing with a flourish, isn't it?
Let it come, let it come.
Less than 2 minutes left, but wow, we've seen a pile of tries today. We've got to count them all here. Heading towards 20.
I think we have the record for the longest ball in play as well from the previous try.
I'm sure, yeah.
No! Back to release!
Well, they've got a little bit more ball in the last 15 minutes or so, and they've shown that they can play as well, this Velddrif team.
Hold.
14 tries in this match. We haven't had a single penalty. No, we had a penalty early on from Africa in the first half. Otherwise, it's been the pursuit of the try line. And certainly are finishing in a strong way. Are Velddrif, considered where they were. They're playing into the wind. And Ricky, you know it's a little bit easier playing into the wind sometimes if you're going to be running with the ball. The ball drifts back to you.
Definitely. Safcol would have been in a little bit of trouble if Fabio Africa held on to that ball again, wanting to shoot out of that line. Just a little bit of a over eagerness on defense. And if you shoot out of line, you need to be 100% accurate. You need a tackle man and ball. But if Fabio Africa held on to that ball, it was gone for all money for Velddrif. They're not giving up in this fight.
Hold.
No, I like that about them. I really enjoy the fact that they didn't allow things to run away with him completely. Picked up at the back there by Julius. Cameron Julius, that is.
No.
Oh, Velddrif players all over the place. That could have been a yellow card too. Oh, there they go. Look, it's all over. But are they going to kick it goal, or are they going to try and score another try? Or are they happy it's over? Just blow your whistle, Mr. Referee. You've got to play the ball, so they're going to kick it goal.
Benjamin Dwyer bringing on the kicking tee, probably making his decision from the bench there as captain. Antonio Williams. That 140 kgs was never going to get out the way there. No urgency at all.
I think Ricardo Klaassen has made a call. He says, I've never kicked it goal. Give me a chance. And here he is. Here's his opportunity. And he said, now I can kick it goal in the future too. The penalty is over. And wow, what a fantastic finish to this game then. So much action, so many things happening, so many tries, but ultimately it was Safcol who showed why they were the champions last year, Ricky. So there we have it then. The final score here in the third match then is Safcol 58, Velddrif 36.
Now some great attacking intent by Safcol. Yuri Klaassen's taking on the line, not scared in that fly-off position. And it pays dividends. But Velddrif showed that they can score tries as well, running out of defenders on the side of Safcol. But the pace of Levi Jules. But it was in the end good keeping the ball alive by Safcol. That man, Terence Ludix, scores the first try, and he didn't stop there. He scored another one, a long-range one. Great cadence, great speed, off the mark by the diminutive Terence Ludix. But it wasn't just the small guys, the big guys got involved as well. Benjamin Dwyer